You've got loads in your brief, really, so we can rattle through a few different potential appointments. Unfortunately, we've not got a huge amount of time to do it, right? Shall we start with Home Secretary? Suella Braverman, smart money's on her.
Yes, and all of the speculation, of course, in the weeks running up to this was that Priti Patel is not going to stay in office no matter what. So she clearly decided to jump before she was pushed. So Suella Braverman, we believe, is in line, is the hot favourite to take over that job. Then Justice, of course, as well. Dominic Raab at the moment is the Justice Secretary. Again, that being tipped as a post that could go to Brandon Lewis. Very important as well, of course, about sentencing of offenders and alike as well. Whole life terms, when whole life terms should mean whole life terms for someone who's offended. And then the security Minister, we're told, may go to Tom Tugendhat. We'll wait to see if that's the case. That would be an important posting with all the security issues that are going on. And what would that involve? Would it be security that really is focused on what our sort of spy agencies are doing? I would imagine so. But there's also other issues related to the likes of the Ukraine war, which, of course, then we're talking about the Defence Secretary. Yes. Ben Wallace, we are not expecting him to be replaced, according to the briefings that have been coming out from Liz Truss's camp. And that would make sense, because we are in the middle of a war in Ukraine. A lot for Ben Wallace to do, and he's been roundly and I think rightly praised for what he's managed to do as Defence Secretary. Yeah, so he's got a pedigree there in the sense that he's been doing the job. There is a war on, and he seems to have done that job quite well. Very respected amongst the military. Very respected. Tom Tugendhat has got a military pedigree, so security, that kind of writes itself. What qualifies Suella Braverman, in your opinion, to be potential, anyway, new Home Secretary? Well, she's Attorney General at the moment, for a start, so, you know, she's immersed in that world and from a legal background. So I think, you know, she's certainly been making the right noises in terms of trying to get to grips with the Channel crisis. Of course, both Liz Truss and now Suella Braverman, if she is confirmed as the Home Secretary, will be, we're told, wedded to the Rwanda policy, which is going nowhere anytime soon, it seems. Quite literally, actually. We've got this court case on for another 4 days. Then there'll be a reserve judgment. There's a related court case taking place in October. So it could be sometime in November before we get any resolution of whether the Rwanda policy itself is legal. Well, I'll tell you what, it's almost like you're a professional at this, Mark, because when we come back shortly after, we're going to go to Liam Halligan, by the way, to get the economic update, but we're going to be talking to a former Border Force officer who's going to be telling us exactly what they want from our new Home Secretary, because, of course, it's non-stop in the Channel, isn't it? I like to help where I can, Patrick. Oh, you like to help where you can. You do your bit. Mark White doing his bit here.